Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Diablo 4 launch experience for PlayStation 5 users, and holy crap, did we not have a fantastic time last night. I know that I did, because my plan was basically to try and recreate a similar experience to what you would get from a midnight launch, except from the comfort of your very own home. So we booted up a stream about 2 hours ahead of the release of the game, where I was going to go ahead and watch these videos that Blizzard put out of Diablo 4 lore. And it was a really good time before the launch of the game. No joke, I really enjoyed the stream. I think that these lore videos that they did were amazing, which, by the way, if you're interested in Diablo 4, but you didn't play Diablos 1, 2, or 3, then you get pretty much a decent summary of the story of those games. Obviously, they're not going to tell you everything, but you get a summary of the events that took place in the first 3 Diablo games. But you actually get much more than that, because it is contextualized into the creation of the world itself and a lot of other lore that is not explicitly told in the games themselves. So it was a really cool experience to kind of like remind myself of that, and I pulled up videos of old cutscenes from Diablo 2 and stuff like that, and it was just really fantastic time. This is really cool, and I would really recommend, even if you don't want to watch my live stream, if you are even remotely interested in the story of Diablo 4, you should probably check out the lore videos that Blizzard put out on the official channel. That was really fun times. Now, after this, eventually, we get to the point where we're just waiting for the game to launch. As you can see here, I mean, I'm not sure if you can tell depending on whether you're watching this on a phone or not, but we're like 6 minutes out from the release of the game at this point on PlayStation. At this point, PC players were already playing, by the way, because the game launched like about 10 minutes earlier on PC, give or take, which is fine. Not really a big deal. Don't really care that much. It is what it is. But then, once the game actually releases, this was like the very first one. Look at my face. My face is going like, uh-oh, and things just like explode. Like, look, the servers exploded, license issue with the servers, whatever. We're going to get into more detail about that. Before we do that, though, I'd just like to bring one little thing up. Diablo 4 lead on its servers at launch. We're prepared. Blizzard feels good about its servers going into launch. Diablo 4 devs feel optimistic about the game's servers after the recent playtests. Blizzard held its massive Server Slam open beta earlier this month, deliberately designed to let players stress test Blizzard servers before launch. According to Diablo 4 General Manager Rod Ferguson, the stress test before launch has really paid off for Blizzard behind the scenes. Not when it comes to PlayStation users, that's for damn sure. So, what ended up happening is, if we go ahead... Oh, right, I did not have this tweet prepared, but here we go. If we go ahead, this is what happened to me. The Diablo 4 launch experience for PS5 users paid €100 for this privilege. Warning, unable to find a valid license for Diablo 4, code 315306. And I already know a lot of people are going to have a lot of things to say about this. Don't worry, I'm going to cover the whole thing. Don't even worry about it. Okay, team? But I took another screenshot. I thought that this one was pretty funny. I was doing some pretty funny stuff during this stream, because, like, look, here's the deal, right? My job as a content creator is to entertain. And if I don't have gameplay as content, I have to generate my own content. I once told someone that I work with, and I've told this story plenty of times on stream, for those of you who don't know, when we were preparing for this big launch, when I was still working at TGN with Squadron and all this stuff, we're preparing for this big launch, and I was like, we're going to do a 90-minute live stream ahead of the launch of this game. And one of the people told me, well, what the hell are we going to do? We don't have the game. Well, what are we going to do? And what I told them was like, look, if you can't entertain people for 90 minutes without playing a video game, I don't think you're in the right, you're not in the right business. I think you should maybe seek some other opportunities of employment. So basically, when the gameplay isn't the content, I make my own content. And this is, we had a very clown-themed stream because we couldn't log into the game. Now, a lot of people started saying that this is a PlayStation issue. Naturally, you also had some memes. There's always going to be memes on a Diablo launch. It's fantastic. But a lot of people instantly started saying, oh, this is just a PlayStation problem. all of the other platforms are doing great. Now, it seems that PC was actually faring the best. Most people on PC, it is my understanding, that they were playing pretty flawlessly, so I want to be fair to that. It seems like PC launch ran about as smoothly as it could. However, it seems that some people were not having that experience either. So even on PC, there were some issues, but I think that on PC overall, things were going pretty okay. Let me know in the comment section if your experience was different. Let me know if you had problems on the PC side of things. Then you obviously had a console war start to develop within the comment section of that Twitter post that I did. Because, you know, people are going to console war. There's obviously people coming in like, ooh, PC Master Race. It's like, yeah, your PC Master Race has been doing really well for you in a lot of the releases that came out earlier this year, hasn't it? But anyway, I don't want to get involved into console wars or PC wars or whatever. These platform wars to me is just complete nonsensical idiocy, and if you engage in them, you're just a fucking idiot. To me, it's just that simple. You're shilling out for a corporation, and it's like, why would you do that? But, you know, there were some issues for this person on PC. This person was having issues on Series X. I saw a lot of people complaining that they couldn't play on Xbox Series X. So when it comes to people talking about like, oh, console wars, derp, my console's better than your console, my box is better than your box, it's like, look, all boxes had problems. But assuredly, PlayStation had the most problems of anybody else. That is guaranteed. Here's another post with somebody else saying that they were having problems with Xbox as well. And then we obviously had some people coming out as the Blizzard Defense Force. Bro, if you're expecting to log into a brand new game after 15 minutes, you shouldn't have spent the extra dosh. So people spend 100 euros to play a video game and you think that it's okay if they don't get logged in. Now, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. Okay, I have no problems personally spending the 100 euros because to me this is a work expense. This is straight up a work expense. It's my job to cover these things, so no skin off of my back. As a matter of fact, in my specific case, my stream was more successful because the servers exploded. Because everybody that wanted to play on PlayStation and couldn't play, they want to jump into a stream to see if there's a solution to solve the problem, which ended up ballooning my stream to having like over 1,000 concurrent users. So the fact that the servers exploded for my stream was actually a good thing. So you can meme on me all you want, but my stream was more successful because of it. Now, does that mean this is something that I wish for? Fuck no. I wanted to have a smooth launch. I wanted to play the game. I mean, one successful stream is not going to define my channel, so it doesn't make any goddamn difference. I just find it funny that I had a bunch of people dunking on me. You're so stupid. You paid 100 euros for the game, you dumb. And it's like, I agree. I don't like the early access thing that Blizzard is doing. I completely agree. But understand, this is my job, and at the end of the day, the fact that this happened ended up being better for the success of my channel. Even though, like I said, I don't wish for this, I didn't want this, I just wanted to log in and play the game. Anyways, continuing onward, this person goes on to say, oh yeah, mate, it'll be something close to 2 to 3 hours from launch before we get an update on whether the game is playable or not for PlayStation players. Anytime I get early access, I expect to wait 3 to 4 hours before I even get to look past the title screen. It's like, bro, don't you see that that's not reasonable? Like, look, it's right here. Blizzard lead on its servers at launch. We're prepared. They even said, we're ready. This is not going to be a problem. Okay, but now, let us continue. So, one of the things that people started realizing as time kept going is that this was potentially going to be a problem on PlayStation. And if that is the case, I mean, again, I don't know 100%. I don't think it's just a PlayStation problem, because when this was happening, everything else on my PlayStation was working fine. I could log into the PlayStation Store. I could go... I even logged into Final Fantasy XIV, which for those of you that don't know, even though it's Square Enix servers, if PlayStation Network is down, you actually can't log into Final Fantasy XIV. So I was able to log into 14. Everything was working fine. So from my standpoint, it seemed like things were relatively smooth on the PlayStation side, but I'm not ruling out that it is a PlayStation problem. I think that most likely there's going to be a blame to share on both companies, both PlayStation as well as Blizzard. But in my stream, I did say mostly I believe this is a Blizzard problem because, like I said, I did my tests. Seemed like PlayStation servers were doing okay. And also keep in mind, I'm hosting a live stream. I'm trying to entertain like 1,000 people in my chat. I'm not really doing my best at problem solving at that moment in time, because I'm focusing much more on the content creator side of things rather than the troubleshooting side of things, because nobody wants to see me stare at a screen for like, you know, a full hour trying to fully debug the problem. I tried a bunch of different solutions. None of them really worked out until the one that we're going to be talking about in a couple of minutes here. But I should mention, if it does comes out that it was exclusively a PlayStation problem, then my apologies towards Blizzard, of course, because as far as I can tell, on the PC side of things, everything was running smoothly. So, you know, whatever. But then, you know, people started looking for an alternative solution. And this is when I really lost my faith in the gaming community. I mean, not the entirety of my faith, because, you know, people are going to be people and they're going to do things that I sincerely do not agree with. But apparently, paying for the $1.99 pack when you get into the game just worked for me. The fact is, you shouldn't need to spend any cash. It does work, though. PlayStation 5. Now, you might be confused. What are you talking about? What is this $1.99 pack? What is this person saying? So, with the launch of Diablo 4, we also had a bunch of microtransactions pop up on the PlayStation Store. These microtransactions are the currency, the premium currency, because, you know, even though this is a €100 game, if you're playing it today, even though if that is the case, there's still a crap ton of microtransactions because, you know, we need to make games more expensive because inflation in game development is more expensive. But we're still going to charge you all these additional microtransactions on top of the fact that we're making all the games more expensive. But anyways, besides the point, with Diablo 4, there were a bunch of microtransactions added into the store. And apparently, if you went ahead and you bought the cheapest microtransaction, which was worth $2, which was like 200 of that premium currency or whatever the hell it was, that would fix the problem. And you would be able to log into the game. And I had a bunch of people just spamming this in my chat. Just going like, just buy the $2 pack. Let's go. We're in. And it's like, do you not see the problem with you already paying for early access and then immediately lining up to give Blizzard more money when things explode? Does this seem like a reasonable attitude? Because like I had so many people show up in chat and just go like, I already bought my thing, working fine. That's a you problem, bro. And it's like, I cannot believe that you would spend so much money on a video game, and when the video game doesn't work, your instant gut reaction is to throw more money at the screen. Just throw more money at it. Just throw money at the problem. It'll solve it. And I guess I was just so brutally disappointed with the amount of people that were just willing to instantly throw that money onto the screen. Problem solved. Don't want to have to deal with it. And I think it just really shows you this is why microtransactions are going to inevitably not only succeed, but thrive. Because, you know, this is like the perfect example. We paid €100. I mean, I paid €100. Some people paid $90, whatever. It depends on your region, regional pricing, all of that jazz, right? But I paid €100 to be able to play this game when it was. And like I said, to me, it's not a big deal. It's a work expense. Makes no difference. But I'm just talking about it from the stance of like a regular user that is not streaming, that this is not their living to create content and all of this stuff. And they pay €100 to play the game. And then it seems like most of them were perfectly fine with just like throwing an additional $2 at the screen. How does that even make sense? And by the way, don't rush out to buy the, because I'm going to give you a solution that doesn't require you to pay money in case you're still experiencing this issue. But it's just one of those things that really makes you look at the microtransaction situation in a completely different light. Like, this is never going to change because people have absolutely no control. And I knew that this was a problem. I was woefully ignorant of how big of a problem it was because most people had no issues whatsoever just throwing more money at the screen. And I was just like, wow, that is insane. But anyway, for those of you still experiencing the problem, the solution that worked for me was basically you could go onto the PlayStation Store and download anything that is like a free game, for instance. But it seems like there's another update to this, which is you have to download something that you don't own yet, because that's probably going to trigger something with the licenses on PlayStation Network or something like that, because of you making a new purchase, which is most likely the reason why this was working. Even though people bought the $2 pack, that was probably not the trigger. So a lot of you guys just wasted $2. Not that it makes a difference, because it doesn't seem like it bothered you guys that much. But it was basically purchasing anything in the store. And there's like a zillion free-to-play games that you can go and download. So just look for any free-to-play game that you've never played before, and then you download that. That counts as a purchase. Even though it's a free purchase, still counts as a purchase. Or download a demo. Basically download something that you've never downloaded before on the PlayStation Store, and that it's free, and that, like, it instantly fixed it. Instantly. Now, I've heard from some users it's not fixing it for them, and at that point, like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything for you, but it definitely worked out for me. But anyways, this was the launch experience for PlayStation 5 users in Diablo 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit it up with a like. Thank you all very much for watching. If you guys want to catch up with the other streams, we're going to be doing some more gameplay streams. I'm going to be playing Necro. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the stream later today. You guys have a nice day and enjoy Diablo 4 if you happen to be playing it. And remember, if you're into the lore aspect of it and all of that jazz, do check out those lore videos on the official Diablo channel. They're pretty good. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong. Stay safe. Peace out.